Can ghosts communicate through phones? Whether it is a haunting or a deliberate reach into the unknown, communication from spirits can happen in many different ways. Some people don't even know that they are being contacted by a lost loved one or a spirit floating around their home. It may come in the form of hair-raising sensations, shadows appearing in your peripheral, or noises in the middle of the night. Many people suspect that there may be someone on the other side trying to make contact, but are often too scared to fully admit it to themselves. Others actively seek those who have passed and look for any sign that a spirit is reaching out to meet them in their attempts to make contact. Signs of hauntings can happen at any time and appear in many different ways. As far back as human history is recorded, people have claimed to be visited by those from the other side. Both peaceful and malicious encounters have their place in human history. Mankind's interaction with ghosts and spirits is undeniable, and through the centuries and millennia of meetings between earthly beings and the unknown, one can only see that it is a story that will carry on into civilization no matter what. The fascinating part of it all is that just like humans, ghosts and spirits are evolving. We no longer write on papyrus with feather quills. We have phones, tablets, and laptops. Technology is evolving at a rapid rate, and spirits are somehow keeping up with this. They see this as the way the world is going and have managed to send their messages through modern-day technology. If you want someone to listen and believe, approach them where they invest their time and energy most, and most people now live on their phones. Reports of spirit communication through cell phones has increased exponentially, and as this form of communication is growing, more and more people are realizing that maybe they have also been contacted by a spirit through their phone. What we might push aside as a glitch or faulty device might actually be a lost loved one or a spirit stuck between two worlds trying to contact us. Instead of ignoring these messages and playing them down, try and listen to what they are saying, decode the messages and reach back out to them if you are brave enough. New reports of communication through cell phones are happening daily, but there are some common ways that ghosts and spirits are communicating through mobile devices. Still, there is no better way to communicate with the ghosts around us than a quality spirit box, like this one from Amazon. Ghosts communicating through apps. Developers have quickly picked up on the fact that spirits are utilizing phones to communicate, and that we are liking it. There are many apps out there that can detect spirits and even make contact with them and record sessions. While some of them might not be so legit, there are those who swear they have made legitimate contact using one of the apps. There are a few types available to download: ghost communicators. Some apps claim to make contact with the dead. They pick up on spirits around you and let you ask them questions. The app then decodes the answers from the spirit and converts it into a medium we can understand. These can be useful when trying to contact a loved one you feel still lingers around you. Ghost finders. If you are feeling a presence around you, but are unsure if you are correct or not, a ghost finder app could be your answer. The apps pick up on any unusual frequencies or presence around you, and you can track these on a camera recording of your surroundings. Once you have established that there is a spirit or spirits present, you can then contact them. Ouija board apps. You can now contact spirits or conduct seances using an Ouija board app on your phone. You no longer have to sit in a circle with burning candles and flickering lights. It can all be done on your phone. Most Ouija board apps have an Ouija board that has a token which spells out the answer from the spirit after you have asked your question. There are yes and no options, letters of the alphabet and numbers 1 to 9. If there is a spirit present, it will spell out the answers to all your questions using the phone. Ghosts communicating through missed calls. Many people have reported receiving missed calls from their loved ones. This wouldn't seem so weird and out of the ordinary if their relatives weren't dead, and that they had possession of the phone the whole time. The phone will also never seem to ring. There will just be a missed call notification from a past loved one's number, sometimes even after the number has been discontinued. This might be a small gesture from spirits to let us know that they are still around. Disappearing messages. One day you might get a mysterious message from an unknown source containing some personal information or advice, only to find it disappears once you have read it. Nobody knows how this happens, but the message seems to vanish. Messages like this usually contain information that only someone close to you would know and often seem to come from someone who has passed. Many people doubt their sanity after this message has disappeared. Did it even exist in the first place? This is a very direct way for spirits to pass on a message to us, but many people write it off as being a dream or some type of confusion. Static noise. Spirits love living in white noise and using it to communicate with us and to show their presence. They have now adapted this to creating static noise on the other end of the line. People are receiving phone calls from unknown numbers, or caller IDs with 0000000, only to answer the line and hear static noise. Sometimes this static noise is constant, and sometimes it is played in some unknown sequence. There are some people who receive these calls that are convinced it is a loved one trying to make contact and offer some condolence that they are still around. Faces in photos. Mysterious faces in photos have been appearing since the camera was first invented, but they are becoming more and more common now that we always have the camera on us in the form of our phones. You might be snapping pics of scenery or friends, only to find a face in the background that wasn't there when you took the picture. This might be the spirit of someone who has a deep connection to the person or place in the photo. Try and print these photos or save them somewhere safe. You don't want to lose such an amazing connection, and it might be the first time that spirit has been seen since before they died. Mysterious voices in recordings. Ghost hunters often use recording devices during contacting sessions to pick up on very faint voices of those who have passed on. It is a very successful tool to use during a séance and often yields great results. There are now many reports and examples of spirits making contact through recordings on mobile devices. This might be in the form of a voice note or even a video taken on a phone. Most of the time, good headphones are needed to pick up on the sensitive sounds and voices from spirits. These can just be random noises, definitive words or phrases, or sometimes they can be more sinister screams. If you are lucky enough to receive one of these messages, try recording a session where you ask the spirit some questions. You might receive some answers recorded in return. The best way to do this is with a spirit box. You can actually buy the one most popular amongst ghost hunters from Amazon. Technology and spirits. As we develop new technology rapidly, spirits are learning to keep up with the times. It is quite comical to think of a spirit that might have been around for the Renaissance to now be communicating through a cell phone, but they can be full of surprises. If you think that a spirit is trying to make contact with you through your cell phone, try writing down and recording all the instances. You might start to see a pattern. If you want to investigate this further, then you might want to hold a séance to call on any spirit around you. Holding a séance can be tricky and dangerous, but if done right you could contact the spirit you are seeking. You might end up getting the answers you have been after, or you might be lucky enough to receive the message that the spirit has been sending across to you. Remember that contacting spirits can be very dangerous, and you must be sure that you protect yourself against any negative or harmful spirits that may want to find a way through. Even if the messages or signs you are receiving on your phone seem harmless, bad spirits won't always present themselves as such. Have fun exploring the unknown, getting the answers you are after and finding out about a hidden world, but do so responsibly and with good intentions.